Graduates and guests, the graduation ceremony is about to begin. Swinburne University of Technology Chancellor, Professor John Pollaers, OAM, will preside over the ceremony. Professor Pollaers will be preceded into the hall by Ms Simone Case, the mace bearer. The mace is a symbol of institutional authority and is carried as a symbolic weapon of protection. The Chancellor and mace bearer are members of the official party who will be escorted into the hall by the academic procession. We ask you to respect the dignity of the occasion and remain in your seats throughout the ceremony, particularly while the graduates are being presented on stage. Please place your mobile phones on silent, and in case of emergency, the exit doors are located at the rear of the hall. The academic procession is about to enter the hall. Would you please stand?
Those who are able to, please remain standing for the national anthem. The words are printed on page 1 of the ceremony program. Please be seated. My name is Professor Karen Hapgood, and I'm the Deputy Vice-Chancellor of Research at Swinburne University of Technology, and I'd like to welcome all of you to this graduation ceremony. This is one of 3 ceremonies the university is holding today for more than 1,200 Swinburne graduates. It's now my pleasure to introduce the people who are seated on the stage. Seated at the centre of the stage is the Chancellor, Professor John Pollaers, OAM, and Vice-Chancellor and President Professor Pascal Cuesta. They are joined today by Ms. Madeline Bolt, Pro-Vice-Chancellor and Chief Executive, Vocational Education and Training, Mr. David Lewis, guest speaker and co-founder of and managing director of the Mentor List Group, Ms. Nancy Collins, Chief Operating Officer of Swinburne University of Technology, and Mrs. Simone Case, the mace bearer and student speaker. The other attendees sitting on the stage are academics and professional staff who have played such a large part in the success of today's graduates. It now gives me great pleasure to invite Professor John Pollaers, OAM, Chancellor, Swinburne University of Technology, to formally open proceedings.
Swinburne Executive, members of staff, distinguished guests, graduates, families and friends. Before I begin, I'd like to respectfully acknowledge the Wurundjeri people and Boonwurrung people of the Kulin Nation, who are the traditional owners of the land on which we meet today. We pay our respect to their elders, past, present and emerging, and I'll certainly be showing my support for our Indigenous community by voting yes in the upcoming referendum. On behalf of Swinburne University of Technology, it is my great pleasure to welcome you to this graduation ceremony. For you, our newest Swinburne graduates, today represents an academic and lifetime milestone in your journey. It's the culmination of many years of hard work and, of course, of personal growth, of development and of achievement. For parents, family members and friends of our graduates, this ceremony is also an important recognition of all of the support that you've provided each and every day along the way. On behalf of the Swinburne Council and staff, I sincerely congratulate all our graduating students on the achievement of your qualifications. You are graduating from an institution that is proud to be the sort of university that the future not only expects, but demands us to be. We are proud to be the prototype of a new and different university, one that is truly of technology, of innovation, and of entrepreneurship. Swinburne may be a young university, but we have a rich history and a depth of expertise demonstrated by our success in the prestigious world rankings. Swinburne has continued to achieve the milestone of being in the top 1% of universities worldwide, in the top 300. We are also ranked in the top 50 universities under the age of 50. These achievements validate the global reputation Swinburne has for world-leading research and offering students, like each and every one of you, the best credentials in this tech-led world. University is one of life's great adventures, and we hope that Swinburne has been a place for you to question, to discover, to establish truth, to ignite passion, and experience those light bulb changing moments of life interactions. Now, another adventure awaits you. Your Swinburne credentials will open many doors for you. You have the opportunity, and in fact also the duty, to help lead Australia into a new society where the gains of the technology age are harnessed and unleashed to solve the challenges that we face. So ask yourself, what do you now want to achieve? Who do you want to become? How will you build a better world? Will you continue to commit to a process of inquiry and a search for the answers to some of those questions? Today, you join a special community of thousands of Swinburne alumni, innovators and creators who are helping to make a better world and who have asked themselves the same questions. Swinburne graduates are the kind of game changers that propel us forward and leave their mark on the world. At this pivotal point in your life's journey, I challenge you to consider how you can continue to contribute to building a better world, just like our founders, George and Ethel Swinburne, did over 100 years ago. We are facing some of the greatest challenges of our time, and while there is no magic wand to create a better world, it will take all of us using all the resources, the skills and abilities that we have to make a better future for our community, for our society, and to make it a reality for the world. As new Swinburne graduates, I encourage you to harness all that you have learned during your time with us, in your classes, from your teachers, from your peers, from your unique industry experiences, and inject that into making a real difference. I now call upon Professor Pascal Questa, Vice-Chancellor and President of Swinburne University of Technology, to introduce the next part of the proceedings. Thank you.
It now gives me great pleasure to introduce our special guest, Mr. David Lewis, co-founder and managing director of Mentor List Group. David is a Swinburne Bachelor of Business alum whose passion is helping businesses and individuals transform and grow to realize their full potential. He believes wholeheartedly in the power of mentorship to help individuals succeed and achieve their goals. In 2016, he co-founded Mentor List, an organization that connects CEOs and other aspiring leaders into the world's top business minds who have successfully navigated this path before them. The list of mentors includes many prominent leaders and ex-CEOs from companies such as Telstra, Wesfarmers, Westpac, Hoist, Rio Tinto, and the ABC. Through collaboration with those leaders, David has designed a range of programs and services for current and aspiring leaders to learn from and be supported through the opportunities and challenges that arise as a leader. Today, Mentor List is one of the fastest growing professional development networks in Australia. At Swinburne, we are all about bringing people and technology together to build a better world. David's entrepreneurial spirit and the positive impact he is making to many people's careers and lives through Mentor List makes us proud to call him a Swinburne alum. Please join me in welcoming Mr. David Lewis to the lectern to deliver the address to our graduates.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for that introduction, Pascal. Had I known you were going to read that bio out to everyone, I probably would have put a little bit more thought into it. Good morning, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed faculty members, proud family members I can see up there, support crews, welcome. Today's graduating class, welcome. You'll have to bear with me as well. This is a development opportunity for me as well. I've never spoken to this many people, so we're all learning. But what I'd like to do today is just share probably 3 different areas with you, and hopefully, you don't have to agree with it. I just hope you find that a different perspective is valuable for you. And I'm going to break it up into 3 different areas, just so you sort of know what to expect. So the first thing's around education and growth, which I think will resonate with you given where you're sitting today and what you've accomplished to get to here today. Second one is around lived experience. So Pascal sort of touched on it and sort of dropped a few names and companies. But what it's been like growing, I guess, what is now the fastest growing professional development business in Australia. We've got that claim globally as well. And then there's probably 3 nuggets or things I'd like to share with you that I think is valuable. So I'll kick off first just around education and growth mindset. This is a one-way dialogue. If you want to sort of come back after this speech, I'd be happy to have a chat, but this will be unfortunately sort of directed at you and not a two-way. But so in 2004, I was sitting just like you. I'd finished my Bachelor of Business Accounting at Swinburne. Today I'm 41 years old, nearly 42, so that's sort of 15 years ago. It seems like an absolute lifetime ago that I was in your position, but it's not actually that long in the scheme of things. I did have a rocky start with my university entrance, so I didn't get the score that I maybe wanted, that I actually wanted out of school. Wasn't high enough to sort of get me into the Hawthorn campus, but there was a Lilydale campus that Swinburne was running, and I managed to get into that. I think it's now closed and consolidated into the Hawthorn campus, but obviously producing too much great talent to out there, and they brought it into Hawthorn potentially. I wasn't the best attendee for university. Don't worry, the speech sort of changes later, but I was infamous. I'd never showed up, but I was infamous. I managed to ride off my car, which was like a yellow RX-7 Turbo, in the university driveway. So people knew of me, but I never really showed up, so nobody actually really knew me in person. My first year of university, so this was after sort of finishing school at year 12 and into university, I failed 6 of my first 8 subjects, so probably wasn't one to write home about. And I did get called into not a tribunal, I can't remember the word, but it was basically me coming into the school, having a frank, earnest conversation with some of the faculty there, and they're like, Dave, well, that's 6 of 8 failed, what's next year look like? Because it's no point sort of going on like this. And that was sort of a bit of a decision point. So, and I'll loop back to this thread sort of a little bit later, but sort of the decision to commit to school and education. And that was the moment that I committed to, being a lifetime learner and really sort of committing. Just going to have some water. And so I guess didn't fail another subject. Went through, the whole. I think I made a 3-year degree in 4 years because of that first year. But after that, it was just like, well, if I'm here, I'm here, and I'm playing full out, and I'm here to learn, and let's just get on with it. So Swinburne was really the beginning of my learning education, and I guess what I ended up with was sort of breadth. So the business accounting degree gave me breadth. Could have gone anywhere with that. Whether marketing, any function within a corporate. So I did like that because I still didn't really know what I wanted to do. Moved over to London almost immediately after the graduation ceremony. Benefit of that is you don't have to pay your university debt back, but it does catch you up sort of later in life. So moved over there. I encourage you, if you haven't already, live in another city. The cultural growth you get from that is just phenomenal, even if it's a place like London where there's sort of a lot of similarities. And then I went down this sort of specialisation route. So I did a CPA, which made me a specialist, which sort of gave me a higher day rate and ability to earn. So sort of going down that path. And then I came back for breadth, so I did an MBA at Melbourne, and that was about, well, actually I don't really want to be an accountant, and no disrespect to people following that path, but yeah, it is and it isn't for everybody in some cases. So the other thing that sort of probably I didn't expect is the impact of personal development, and these are the things that don't necessarily go on your CV like your degree would. There's a lot of great opportunities out there, and you can basically travel the world doing all sorts of different sort of learning experiences, which changes the way you're sort of made up. And so it's less sort of theoretical, but comes into sort of who you are as a person. We do inherit a lot of that sort of from our parents and upbringing and things like that. So I was certainly at a bit of a crossroad, and I'm sure you'll find yourselves, if you haven't already, find yourselves in this sort of career crossroads where you're looking and you're thinking, geez, what should I do with my life? It's just not fulfilling, or maybe there's sort of a higher calling or something like that. So this was probably career crossroad number 3 or 4 for me, but I was seeking out advice. So I started sort of I was sort of going down that CFO path, contacting CFOs, so the one from Telstra and La Trobe Uni, and they all just gave me their time. I actually felt quite guilty with that, and I'll pick up that strand just a little bit later, the fact that they would give me their time and all their insight, and I could use that for the benefit of my career. And I'll just sort of pause there, but in sort of summary around that education and growth mindset, I think, I think this is really the beginning, not the end. Learning doesn't stop. And I think whilst today you can rejoice, tomorrow is about sort of planning that next phase, because if you're not planning it, the person next to you is, and it's a competitive market out there. The clock's ticking. And something I'll share just from our membership cohorts, the CEOs and C-suites, they're all doing the exact same thing. So it's not like you sort of reach a point and then all your learning's done. It really is a continuous sort of pursuit and almost incessant sort of obsession to just grow and learn. Just have some more water. Okay, so that's sort of moving me into the second part, so we're getting through. I think my voice is getting a little less croaky, so thank you for bearing with me. So that brings us to sort of 2016. So I was feeling guilty about all this career advice, and I thought, well, what about if I recorded it? What about if I recorded it and shared it? And so podcasting wasn't really a big thing or a big deal back in 2016. So I went about sort of creating a podcast. It wasn't about creating a business. It was just about getting that lived experience, sharing it, and getting people to benefit from that. And I think one of the things I probably learned through that is it has to be something you're passionate about. If it's a side project or a business or whatever that endeavour is, in the early stages, you'll probably hear people talking about, you've got to have passion, you've got to have passion. My take on that is if you don't have passion, you're not going to work for free for 80 hours a week, consecutively, potentially for sort of, 3-4 years until it works. If you're not passionate about it, just commercially it doesn't work. Just go and get a job and have a better life. So that's sort of my take on sort of the passion play. Also, in those early stages of a business, when your business is in its infancy, no one's going to really tell you your baby's ugly. It really does need love, care, affection, cash flow, expertise, focus. It really is all-consuming. So launched the podcast, sent out a survey, asked people what it should be called, what I should ask people, will you listen, all these sorts of questions, which basically gave me a run sheet for sort of how to create that. Statistically, it went sort of through the roof and took over my life a little bit and sort of was a little bit of a surprise. So I wrapped this advisory board sort of around what was then a podcast and brought in a business partner, which is a way of sort of injecting lived experience into, what I was trying to do. I knew there was something good, but I didn't quite know why it was resonating. So we sort of landed on this idea that we were the podcast service experts and went about creating podcast services for people. The challenge with that back in 2016 is, one, people didn't know what it was. So to go from explaining what something is to then explaining why it's needed and then explaining why they need to buy it with you is a very tough sell. And that was a product that failed. So 12 months in, the advisory board, we sort of went around the table and were like, well, sure, we've had a little bit of deal flow, but, Dave, you've really got to get back to work because it's not going to work and you just need to sort of call it quits. I said, well, hang on a second, maybe we're like experts in mentoring. So we went and created this online mentor marketplace. You could go in there, you could see the who's who. We didn't quite have John and the team on there just yet. But what we found there is people actually don't want to go onto a website, click, pay, meet, get wisdom. It's just too transactional. Typically in a mentor relationship, and you might find this yourself, you think about your inner circle, you think about, okay, family, extended family, friends, who's the most successful individual that I know within my sphere, and you'll probably approach them or get an introduction through a very trusted source, and then it'll be a physical meeting. It might be over coffee, given we're all here in Melbourne, and then it'll be sort of a reciprocal free arrangement. And that's typically how most mentoring organic scenarios work. So again, another decision or a defining moment when that obviously failed as well. So we've had two false starts and a podcast that was doing quite well, but from a sustainability perspective, it was all time, money, cost, love, but not sustainable sort of longer term. So I think one of the learnings in that was, well, if you add yet to whatever you're doing, it sort of creates hope. So product didn't work yet. So it sort of opens the door around that sort of, is this the beginning or the start? And I'm glad we sort of did hold on. So in 2019, which is 3 years later, partnered up with a gentleman, Mike Smith, and this is sort of another sort of proof point around who you're in proximity with can really impact whether something's successful or not. So 2019, we partnered up and we said, well, Mike, the marketplace failed, the podcast services was a flop, what do you think? And he's like, well, when I was CEO of ANZ Bank, I would have loved it if I had this. I'm like, well, okay, tell me about that. And so we created that. We launched it with 15 executives or CEOs across Melbourne. So this was the who's list. Mike opened up his black book of people, so we had people flying in. Just the calibre of individuals was just amazing, which attracted great people to the program, which then attracted more people. Got to the end of that first year and asked the members, we said, well, how was it? And they're like, oh, great, you've got to keep doing it. Like, okay, we'll do a second year. So we did a second year, we bolted on a second group, and that was sort of, the growth story then. And then our members told us, well, I wish you had this before I was CEO. So we said, well, we'll create it. So we created one for that next level of executive, these sort of close, intimate forums. And I guess fast forwarding to today, we're running sort of 20 groups across Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane, all at that, very high calibre, and we've sort of branched out into digital and online and professional services also. So, 320 members today across Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane, about 150 amazing mentors, a cracking team of 20 which just work here out of Melbourne. Turnover perspective, looking at sort of that 10 million this year with huge expectations and aspirations for a 50 mil turnover by 2027. And that's all happened in like 4 years. So it's just the beginning, really. To summarise sort of that lived experience, setbacks, failures, they're just really stopping points on the way to a bigger goal. I think, like today, celebrate the wins as high achievers. It's often tick and then next, tick and next, and you sort of get to a point where you've done so much and you sort of need to just reflect and enjoy. So I do encourage you to enjoy today. And also that silver bullet around just asking customers, or if you're in a working arrangement, your employer or stakeholders, what is it? What is the feedback? What can I do different that's really going to add value? So that sort of concludes the lived experience component. Now I'll just sort of switch into maybe 3 things that I think I've learned and felt, and I'll share that with you, and hopefully you can enjoy the perspective and potentially find it valuable. And I'll be handing back very soon. I know I only had 10 minutes. So first one is just proximity. Proximity is power. So who you spend time with is really who you become. That really does influence you. And successful people who hold the title of success, whether it's through what they've accomplished, they're just normal people at the end of the day, and they all have their insecurities, just like you and me. Don't be afraid to sort of look at who you're spending time socially, professionally, and if you're planning to have a bigger life, is that in line with sort of that cohort, and you sort of bringing the average down or up, and looking objectively at that and who your influences are. The second one, which I'll share, is just sort of the quality of questions. So the quality of questions you ask yourself in your internal monologue will have a direct influence on the quality of your life. And if you think about what asking questions is, you think about what thinking is, it's the process of asking your brain a question and coming back with an answer in your monologue. So mindset, being able to get into a peak state where you're able to ask big questions and fears sort of put to the side. Strongly recommend that. And don't be afraid to set big goals. And I'll give you an example of sort of maybe a question that you're looking at now, maybe for sort of, maybe not the postgrads, but the people that are entering the workforce after probably, or have just entered, One question you can ask, I've just finished uni, how do I go and get a job? So that's sort of one question that'll give you an answer. a different question. How do I get a job how do I secure a role that's going to be fulfilling, that's going to allow me to make a big impact on the world? We'll give you a different answer. Same brain, different state, different answer. So just, re-emphasising the quality of your questions and leveraging that lived experience to help maybe ask the questions that you hadn't thought of. The last one, which hopefully ties back to sort of some of the stuff I've been saying, is just the ability to make decisions. If you look at the word decision, there is incision is sort of built in that, and that cuts off what you're doing. It cuts off what you're not doing, which can be just as valuable as making the decision about what you are doing. And it's not the conditions of your life that determine what it is. It's actually the decisions. And I think, I'd encourage you to make the decision like I did, to commit to being a lifelong learner, as you probably already have. And commit to sort of this idea that this is the start, it's not the end. Whether that's in relationships, business, education, it'll have a different impact on your tenure of your outlook and where you're heading. There's a great book there called Man's Search for Meaning, which is about a prisoner of war who sat in a war camp, one of the happiest people in the world. Like, how does that work? It's because he makes the decision to control the meaning of what his circumstances were. So just in closing, and then I'll hand back to the faculty, and you guys can get along, because there's a lot of awards there, not awards, but credentials to hand out. So as you step into all your futures individually, let your lived experience really shape that journey. So you bring lived experience. Don't discount that, always looking forward. There's people behind that can also benefit from what you know. Let the stories guide you, learn from others. Don't have to make the same mistakes. Celebrate those big wins. You're all high achievers. I know there's probably a next goal already lined up in the calendar, but just celebrate. Today's a great example of that. Learn from the failures, and it's the beginning, not the end. I probably said that a few too many times. And probably the last thing, you are the main star in your own show here. So, you write the script. If you don't like it, you're also the narrator, so you can just change it. And in closing, I stand as testament to the transformational power of education. The lessons of lived experience, it's endless possibilities. I hope that one of you get invited to share your experience in 10, 15 years. And you're not alone. Like, you've got a peer group here. You're not actually doing it on your own. And a support network that you can lean on. You can seek me out. My voice carries a lot better one-on-one when there's not so many people. We have put something together at mentorlist.com/Swinburne. So there's a few lived experiences there that we'd like to share, and hope you get some value out of as you're sort of making decisions about the future direction. And congratulations again on your achievements today, and I hope you're really proud of yourself, and it's great that you're all here to acknowledge that and celebrate it. So thank you.
Great, thank you, David, for your insights and for sharing your experience with our graduates. The point about mentoring is, as David said, it's the opportunity for you to take a contribution from others when you don't know the answer. But the other side of it is being willing to provide a contribution to others when they need an answer. So do look for a number of mentors in your careers. I'd like now to ask all those who are able to stand, the graduates, to please stand. So here's the formal part. By virtue of the authority invested in me by the Council of Swinburne University of Technology, I admit you as graduates to the awards for which you have qualified and to all the rights and privileges of those awards. Congratulations. If you'd now please be seated.
As we commence the award presentations, we ask you to respect the dignity of the occasion. Please don't leave the ceremony hall until the conclusion of the event after the academic procession has left. I now call upon Ms Madeline Walsh, Pro-Vice-Chancellor and Chief Executive of Vocational Education and Training, to introduce both Swinburne College and Vocational Education and Training.
Chancellor, I have great pleasure in presenting to you our Swinburne College and Vocational Education and Training graduates. This next generation of creators, innovators and change makers have the technical, personal and digital skills required for the world of tomorrow. These graduates are now prepared for a new world of work. Chancellor, I have the honour to present to you the Swinburne College and Vocational Education and Training graduates on whom an award has been conferred.
For the Certificate 4 in Accounting and Bookkeeping, Meena Bazagar Sesan. Vesna Devchik. Sally Farron. Matthew Godbold. Vijitha Kandiban. Nadia Omer. Faye Kathleen Pounds. For the Certificate 4 in Allied Health Assistance Physiotherapy, Occupational Therapy, Eleni Tokelo. For the Certificate 4 in Cybersecurity, David Kiernan. For the Certificate 4 in Laboratory Techniques, John Patrick Gasper. For the Certificate 4 in Mental Health, Liam Thomas Miller. Maya Angelou Taylor. Joanne Villani. For the Certificate 4 in Youth Work, Jeremy Entwistle. For the Diploma of Accounting, Pia Ermeli Ahonen. Kashlyn Chad Dasanayaka. Danielle Josephine Morningstar. For the Diploma of Community Services, Peter David McFarlane. For the Diploma of Community Services Case Management, Oscar Peter Abram. For the Diploma of Community Services, Statutory and Forensic Child, Youth and Family Welfare, Lillian Rose Garou Arnold Rendell. Erin Elizabeth Davies. Jade Duval. Matthew Wayne Merrin. Jill Michael. Alicia Morris. Munsami Nadan. Michelle Renee Stewart. Shanesha Togo. For the Diploma of Early Childhood Education and Care, Lisa Wan Li Chen. Amadoru Tantigere Sanduni Chamika De. Silva. Jian Sheng. For the Diploma of Human Resource Management, Jessa May Palinis Restituto. For the Diploma of Interior Design, Toy Big Boy. Emily Butcher. Emma Jess Lansdowne. Leah Catherine Smith. Leah Stevens. For the Diploma of Justice, Nikan Davoudi. Philippa Ann Letas. Christina J. Salvo. Jarnia Alexandra Taylor. For the Diploma of Landscape Design, Naziha Shoki Ahmed Al-Sharnubi. For the Diploma of Library and Information Services, Eve Hunter. For the Diploma of Nursing, Esther Andrew Smith. Jake Clancy. Sarah Crowhurst. Tiana Rose Cunningham. Kayla Dale. Jerica Eunice Edilon. Lauren Garrett. Brooke Houston. Rebecca Jane McLeod. Lacey McGarvin. Prin Sophia Rin. Chloe Robinson. Savannah Smith. Abianca Tang. Jordan Thompson. Kirsten Tucker. For the Diploma of Project Management, Emma Bernadette Dupont. For the Diploma of Social Science, Jasmine Cha. Dana Maria Seabrook. For the Diploma of Teacher Education Preparation, Amanda Olivia Edwards. Natasha Anna Margelis. For the Diploma of Arts and Communication Unilink, Rapana Sapuan. For the Diploma of Business Unilink, Zolina Kong. For the Diploma of Design Unilink, Porn Virak Sa. For the Diploma of Health Science Unilink, Kim Hong Hun. Kinza Kanwal. For the Diploma of Information Technology Unilink, Alvi Hossein Safri Himalai. Tanafon Niti Pitianon. Syed Zada Ali Hashim Shah. For the Advanced Diploma of Interior Design, Jayasuriya Kuranage Nurmani Merian Nishara Pereira. For the Graduate Certificate in Applied Business, Eman Saeed. For the Graduate Certificate in Client Assessment and Case Management, Nargis Dost. Tanya McNair. Grecia Alejandra Sanchez.
That concludes the awards for Swinburne College. Vocational Education and Training Awards are concluded. I now call upon Professor Karen Chalmers, Dean of the School of Business, Law and Entrepreneurship, to present their graduates.
Chancellor, I have great pleasure in presenting to you our School of Business, Law and Entrepreneurship graduates. Our graduates have immersed themselves in technology-rich learning environments. Embodying Swinburne's spirit of creativity, innovation, technology and entrepreneurship, our graduates are now equipped with the digital skills they need to open their worlds. Chancellor, I have the honour to present to you the Business, Law and Entrepreneurship graduates on whom an award has been conferred.
For the Bachelor of Accounting, Alicia Ann Afoa. Samantha Baird. Deanna Maria Barton. Stephen Carroll. Nitisak Dedudompon. Tanya Diekman. Shona Flanagan. Ling Bi Fu. Nadine Haynes. Peirun Jiang. Xiao Yu Lu. Yi Ning Lok. Matthew Ian Marshall. Phi An Nguyen. Kelly Ann Perkins. Muskan Sangwan. Romany Charlotte Seaman. Ao Tang. Jie Zhang. For the Bachelor of Accounting and Business Information Technology Professional, Peter Theologu. James Robert Veal. For the Bachelor of Business, Ibrahim Abdallah. Michael Adami. Yaselin Tamara Alvia. Larissa Miriam Baker. Timothy James Beach. Sanjukta Brahmachari. Genevieve Buckley. Jordan Buick. Lisa Marie Burrows. Benjamin John Cameron. Tiffany Chan. Grace Chapman. Zhao Yi Chen. Wun Kwong Chung. Li Ping Chu. Yi Eun Chu. Christopher Victor Colineri. Harrison John Coleman. Renee Rita Connor. Matthew James Cooney. Tara Ann Kraut. Andrew Richard John Cunningham. Tom Daly. Anthony Moses Dalmanin. Renee Rose Deao. Sion Demawaz. Nicole Marie Dennison. Irene Desmond. Dion Di Battista. Liam Fraser Dooley. Rachel Dunn. Fiona Catherine Forsyth. Alexander Jacques Galouf. Sheng Gao. Louis Sam Georgiou. Ayesha Gué. Anthony Jason Gianni-Livigny. Kate Emily Gould. Marzia Haidari. Aaron Hall. Jia Liang He. Mia Ruby Herrick. Diane Hong Ke Shin. Amy Michelle Hook. Andrew Murray John Horsberg. Joshua Scott Hunter. Felix Duncombe Hunter. Salman Hussain. Ayesha Ann Jagers. Henry Graham Kane. Hitomi Kano. Bonik King. Tristan Knight. Ashley College. Julian Alexander Kozulin. Joshua Yarra Kapodo. Kant Min Kyo. Bo Andrew Lane. Li Hui Ying. Nian Shin Lian. Sihan Liu. Amy Jane Lloyd. Aura L. Murray. Jamie Lindsay Marshall. Taylor Marshall. Kimberly Ann Maxwell. Daniel James Maxwell. Timothy James McGrath. Terry Simone McIntyre. Mateja Milosevic. Ashley Jade Mitchell. Katrina May Dupre Moody. Russell Eugene Mullen. Quinn An Nguyen. Tu Bao Tram Nguyen. Huang An Thi Nguyen. Melissa Nunez. Lilia Renee Olsen. May Ook. Ruby Jean Pallett. Kasidid Panmani. John Peterson. David Petrovsky. Jayath Ransika Pereira. Stephanie Platten. Jessie Prochaska. Monique Pranesti. Richard David Radcliffe Smith. Khan Zuhair Rahman. Fadhil Zafir Rahmat. Kiran Anthony Robinson. Taylor Ashley Urugeri. Chanuki Himara Rupasinghe. Stefan Mark Headley Sakir. Emily Seeley. Parker James Silk. Dylan Singh. Daniela Sini. Gabrielle Joanne Snell. Paul Jeffrey Sparks. Suraj Sridhar. Amanda Mary Subritsky. Albert Raymond Tanujaja. Gemma Beth Taylor. Caitlin Georgia Tenaglia. Angelique Celeste Tenaglia. David Christopher Tenney. Alison Leanne Tildesley. Ashley Louise Troon. Mohammed Afrizal Verdianto. Jaden Michael Waldron. Nathan Walsh. Benjamin Jacob Walters. Julian White. Tanya Michelle Wieslav. Deborah Lorraine Wildboar. Leanne Wilford. Claire Leanne Williams. Lin Yam. Cassandra Yap. Leah Rose Zakis. Brendan Noel Zipf. For the Bachelor of Business Accounting, Simone Belinda Case. Robin Evans. James Stewart Gregg. Yasmin Julie Crescenta Griffin. David Charles Petrie. Magda Leah Robinson. Samantha Jane Wright. For the Bachelor of Business Logistics and Supply Chain Management, Christian Sebastian Lobos. For the Bachelor of Business Management, Oscar Ortiz Barillas. For the Bachelor of Business Professional, Zayed Al-Khatiri. Brandon Travis Lukes. Mabel Nguyen. Taru Pereira. For the Bachelor of Business Information Systems, Louis Nicholas Andre. Sergio Kenzi Ghani. Anishka Prashani Godakandage. Mitchell James Harding. Christopher Glenn Harmer. Ashen Melinda Bandara Harath Mujian Selege. Aran Pereira Heti Arachelige Don. Zara Fatiha Jagirda. Ryan Jowono. Sanduni Niwartana Karunaratne. Jose Victoria Cosenda. Ariaman Lamba. Sean Cheng Wei Lim. Kai Yao Lim. Richard Huang Trang Dat Niem. Long Bao Dat Nguyen. Mahatarga Lakshan Ravindu Paris. Dylan James Perry Price. Mohammed Sarwa. Savelin Sim. Ridmi Ruvanya Siriwardena. Christian Mario Rocco Vigiano. For the Bachelor of Business Information Systems, Bachelor of Business, Daniel Bartuka. Jane Mai Lam. Michael Edward Moore. For the Bachelor of Business Information Technology Professional, Saveria Celentano. Jack Wesley Mason. For the Bachelor of Criminal Justice and Criminology, Aisha Alawad. Mackenzie Taya Blackman. Chantel Rose Cassar. Harrison Lee. Stephanie Lindemann. Shireen Vasuki Senthan. Caitlin Joy Sheldrick. Vidar Vadila. For the Bachelor of Laws, Annabelle Adams. Abed Anaki. Mustafa Bilal. Kuzi Sakasaka. For the Bachelor of Laws, Bachelor of Arts, Michael Dominic Boffa. For the Bachelor of Laws, Neil David Smith. For the Bachelor of Laws, Bachelor of Arts, Lloyd Mark Winston. For the Bachelor of Laws, Bachelor of Aviation Management, Shania Chanel Vijay Sundara. For the Bachelor of Laws, Bachelor of Business, Brady Liam Hines. For the Graduate Certificate of Business Administration, Avirion Nitipatam Bapong. Grant Allen Watson. Daniel Enrico Wise. For the Graduate Certificate of Business Administration Executive and the manager of this incredible graduation, Kirsty Ann Richards. For the Graduate Certificate of Management, Courtney Joy Teresa Bugeja. Siegfried Milana Lawa. For the Graduate Certificate of Management, Workplace Transformation, Louise Sylvia Dalura. For the Graduate Certificate of Social Impact, Sabrina Kusi Taila Tavalu. For the Graduate Diploma of Financial Planning, Brianna Butas. Rachel Jacqueline Muntz. For the Master of Business Administration, Renee Shaheen. Brandon Chung. Nathan Conroy. Rebecca Ann Dodd. Maheshika Manoli Fernando. Saloni Hanvin. Matthew Allen Lloyd. Zoe McKelvey-Uren. Hoi Hoi Mao. Kelsey Ray McFadzean. Santosh Nadig. Brian Navis. Maria Concepcion Oras. Kim Phillips. Anna Maria Reiger. Emma Sinnott. Patamon Soralam. Kathleen Jade Spalding. Nelumani Withana. For the Master of Business Administration Executive, Olivia Anita Rose Creighton. Alicia Lorenzini. Myron O'Neill Perez. Damien Tse. Michael Robert Van Dyke. For the Master of Business Administration International, Diana Binti Ja'afar. For the Master of Business Information Systems, Simon Robert Chappell. Vinya Pinsari Patmal Masakurala. Dulsara Nimnaka Ranatunga Arachilige. A.B.M. Shunak. Nazmul Huda Siam. Pongsakorn Yungyang. For the Master of Entrepreneurship and Innovation, Ashley Michael Walsh. For the Master of Finance, Mit Anil Gudka. Hoi Feng Hao. Priti Milind Mutalik. Trong Nan Phan. For the Master of Financial Technologies, Ava Christina Rivera. Hoi Fong Chan. For the Master of Human Resource Management, Nathaniel Humphrey. Niwal Dul John. Catherine Ellen Witter. For the Master of Marketing, Natasha Binti Azmi. Abdulela Khalid Maki. Chamruen Sok. Chloe Marie Tester Carmenati. For the Master of Professional Accounting Extended, Zana Parashbai Mehta. And for the Master of Social Impact, Janice Keeney.
That concludes the awards for the School of Business, Law and Entrepreneurship. Please join me in a round of applause for Ms. Beverly O'Connor, our esteemed name reader. As Deputy Vice-Chancellor of Research, I now have the honour of presenting you the graduates from Swinburne Research. Chancellor, graduates of higher degrees by research at Swinburne must demonstrate that their work meets the most rigorous standards. The outcome of their scholarship and research is examined by international experts to ensure that it makes a significant and original contribution to their field at international standards. Many of our doctoral students have presented their work at conferences and published in refereed journals, and during their candidature they have already been contributing to Swinburne's growing international research reputation. So as we congratulate them on receiving their award, we will ask that they will join the university staff on the stage. While these achievements are indeed remarkable and worthy of celebration, it is worth taking a moment to reflect on what original contributions to knowledge really means. To succeed in research, you need to have the courage to go into the unknown. Every thesis is a journey of risk, resulting in making mistakes, failures, and successes all in equal measure, and without which progress is simply not possible. Our graduates leave Swinburne as world experts in their chosen field, but armed with finely honed skills to be curious, to take risks, to disrupt convention, and to forge new paths. But they also have the right expertise to make a real impact in the world. Swinburne is immensely proud that our research degree graduates will continue to make significant contributions to the advancement of knowledge, to solving challenges confronting the world, and to enriching the communities wherever they live and work. Today we salute the courageous and we wish you well in your future endeavours. Chancellor, I have the honour to present to you the graduates on whom a doctorate has been conferred. For thesis citations, please refer to the graduation ceremony program. For the Doctor of Philosophy, for the thesis title of Australian Financial Services and Workplace Gender Inequity, a Critical Feminist Economic Analysis, I present to you Dr. Catherine Colleen Deakin. For the thesis of Source Writing Experience of Pre-University Students in Malaysian Higher Education, Insights from Threshold Concepts, I present to you Dr. Kim On Luong. For the thesis title of Collaborative Action Possibilities and Constraints in Emergent Public Digital Service Platforms, a Solution Design Knowledge Contribution, I present to you Dr. Stuart Patrick McLaughlin. For the thesis title of The Influence of Inside and Outside Actors on Corporate Tax Avoidance in an Imputation Regime, I present to you Dr. Shala Navisi. For the thesis of Evaluating Efficiency and Productivity Performance and Identifying Key Determinants of Efficiency for Vietnamese Airports, a non-parametric analysis using the bootstrapping method, I present to you Dr. T. Ha Trang Nguyen. For the thesis of The Great Protein Shift, Understanding Consumers and Embodied Practices in Alternative Protein Consumption, I present to you Dr. July Huang Phung Nguyen. For the thesis of designing a digital handover specification for the Australian Road Authority's construction to operations for network information exchange, I present to you Dr. Rakesh Parampilli. For the thesis of behavioural determinants of consumers' intention to recycle and reuse end-of-life garments in Australia, I present to you Dr. Esther Oluwadalameloa Olufemi Watimi. For the thesis of the influence of ethnic media marketing on entrepreneurial opportunity structure of ethnic entrepreneurship, the dynamics of Indian diaspora in Australia, I present to you Dr. Armandeep Semi. For the thesis of factors influencing direct and indirect exporting, the case of Vietnamese private firms, I present to you Dr. Phung Thien Truc Tran. For the thesis title of Sex and Policy Power, the Australian Experience, I present to you Dr. Yolanda Vega. For the thesis of Evaluating the Impact of Renewable Energy Policy Instruments, I present to you Dr. T. Chan Nyak Bo. Chancellor, that concludes the awards for Swinburne Research. I now call upon Simone Case, who graduated today with a Bachelor of Business Accounting, to speak on behalf of the graduates.
Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, members of the University Council, Swinburne staff, fellow graduates and guests. Today, on this momentous occasion, I am honoured to address you all on behalf of the graduates here at Swinburne. This moment, as we gather to celebrate our graduation, is an embodiment of our tenacity, dedication and unwavering pursuit of knowledge. Recognising the past few years as a time when we formed lifelong memories, today we find ourselves united in both joy and reflection. Each one of us has walked a very unique path, encountered challenges that tested our limits, and embarked on a journey that has brought us to this significant moment of accomplishment. In the spirit of gratitude, let us extend our heartfelt appreciation to the individuals who played a pivotal role in shaping our academic journey. Swinburne's vision is to bring people and technology together to build a better world. Our thanks to the staff at Swinburne. Your dedication ensured our academic pursuits remained on course. Your guidance and mentorship have propelled us to this defining moment where we proudly stand as graduates ready to make our mark on the world. To our classmates and families, your belief in our potential has been a constant source of strength. Beyond the rigours of all the assignments and exams, it's your support that has strengthened our spirits and encouraged us to grow as individuals. Although our education doesn't stop here, the knowledge we've gained, the friendships we've made, and the experiences at Swinburne have set us up to succeed on whichever path we may choose next. To my fellow graduates, congratulations, and I wish you all the very best for your future.
Thank you, Simone. Swinburne graduates, I know that today is the culmination of many years of work and hard work, and that during this time you've had the benefit and the encouragement of the support of your family and of all your friends. On behalf of the university, I would like to thank your family and friends for supporting you during your studies at Swinburne and for being part of your journey while at Swinburne. Graduates, those who are able to, please stand and turn to face your family and friends and join me in a round of applause to say thank you for all of their help in achieving this milestone. That's wonderful. Please be seated. And now the payback starts. We look forward to watching and to helping you grow and to succeed in the years to come. Wherever your career takes you, Swinburne wants to be your education partner always. And when you're faced with the need to learn a new skill or to grow further, we hope that you'll return to us so that together we can ensure that you have what you need to achieve those next steps. I also encourage you to stay connected through the Swinburne Alumni Network, a worldwide community of more than 226,000 graduates across more than 140 countries. This network does give you access to a valuable community who share your connection to Swinburne, a powerful tool for building and developing your careers and for seizing lifelong opportunities. All it takes is a call to somebody different each month, and you'll be amazed at the kind of strength of network that you will build over time. As well as events in Australia, Swinburne Alumni has a growing number of networks in many other parts of the world. So even if you are leaving Melbourne and you find yourself in an adventure in another part of the world, please reach out to your local Swinburne community. Graduates, on your behalf, I would also like to take this opportunity to thank the academic and professional staff for their contribution to your education at Swinburne. So could I ask now for the staff to please rise. Graduates, please join me in a big round of applause to say thank you. Great. Please be seated. And I do encourage you to stay connected to your professors and lecturers over the years as well. I now call upon Professor Pascal Cuesta, Vice-Chancellor and President of Swinburne University of Technology, to deliver the all-important charge to graduates.
Thank you, Chancellor. Before I read the charge to today's graduate, I too would like to congratulate all of our graduating students on their achievements. As I look around the room, I know I'm looking at the next generation of leaders, visionaries, and entrepreneurs who will shape the future in a variety of professions, some of which likely to not even exist yet today. The Swinburne qualification you now hold is much more than a piece of paper. It's a next-gen asset. Think of it as a passport, because it will enable you to enter all sorts of worlds, including one that is yet to be created, your very own future. Think about it as a weapon, because there is nothing more potent against war, conflict, or violence than the capacity to think, to analyze, and yes, at times, to change your mind about a particular topic. Think about it as software, which will enable you to solve all sorts of problems and which, just like most software, require regular updating, which Swinburne will always be happy to help you do. Think about it as a scaffold of sort, because it will help you to get higher and always see what is behind the next wall and step right up to the top floor. Think about it as an investment, one that you can leverage and which will help you create value for yourself and for your employer. Swinburne has worked closely with industry and employers to ensure that your degree is relevant and future-proof. You graduate today with deep knowledge of your disciplines, cutting-edge skills, and the distinct attributes you have gained from Swinburne that will set you apart in your fields. Swinburne graduates are known for their energy, curiosity, practicality, and adaptability. You can embrace change, and you are able to think laterally and differently about our world. You are ready to enter the world of work, and you are ready to change it. Of course, there will be inevitable challenges and setbacks in your life. But be confident that you have developed the resilience as well as the essential and practical skills during your time with us that you will need to thrive in your chosen careers. I hope you also graduate from Swinburne today with a deep sense of pride for the Swinburne qualification that you now carry with you. You have achieved so much in your time with us, and Swinburne is certainly very proud of you. Your graduation marks the closure of one chapter, but also the start of the new exciting one. At Swinburne, we are always looking to the future. Our vision of people and technology working together to build a better world requires out-of-the-box thinking and determination. We call this out-of-the-box thinking our moonshots, and we have 4 of them. The first is our commitment to work experience for every Swinburne learner, because we believe in learning by doing. The second is our dedication to student employability, so that every Swinburne graduate gets, or indeed creates, a job. The third is our belief in co-creation, so that every Swinburne partner investing in our research gets a tech solution from us, as well as a workforce to make it work. And fourth is our inclination to always innovate and to dare to be a different university that defines best practice for the very different future that awaits us. No doubt you have heard of those moonshots during your time with us, and as a Swinburne alum, you now have a unique role to play in the future of Swinburne, and many of you can help us achieve our moonshots. This could be through connecting with our work-integrated learning program by taking on professional placement or internship students, our Swinterns as we like to call them. You know from personal experience just how valuable these opportunities can be. It also includes you being a real asset for your employer day in and day out, a wonderful talent that they can recognize and value so that in the future they will always seek to take a Swinburne graduate above anyone else. Or it may be working with Swinburne on a technology solution for a problem that you or your workplace or indeed your industry is facing. As you leave Swinburne to take your own flight, we want you to feel that you can always come home to Swinburne. We will always be here for you. In fact, the first floor of the Hawthorne Hotel has been reinvented as a special meeting place for alums, as well as for our industry partners and stakeholders, to return, to meet your peers, mentor future students, and discuss all the ways in which you plan to create a better world. I look forward to your ongoing engagement with us and wish you the very best for the future. May I now ask all of our graduates who are able to please stand. Yes, it includes the PhD as well. In conferring of your award, I ask you as graduates of Swinburne University of Technology to strive to be champions of innovation, entrepreneurialism, agility, and high performance. Seek positive and creative ways to engage with and serve your communities. Remain curious and open to new learning and new experiences. And use your knowledge, talents, skills, and passion to encourage a better future for the global community. Congratulations once again.
This concludes the official part of the Swinburne graduation ceremony. We now welcome you to join us in the refreshments in the main foyer. For those who are able, please remain standing while the official party, academic procession, and our graduates leave the hall.